Hello, welcome to BattleRisk Gaming. Games played and brought to you by a dad who loves to game. I am just your average dad, average game lover. And in today's video, I just kind of wanted to talk about why I stopped playing Throne and Liberty, at least temporarily. It's a really fun game, but I have switched it for a different game, Guild Wars 2. Now, the reason I play this game now, really, Throne and Liberty did one thing that kind of just killed it for me, and it was their loot distribution. If you look back at, I think it was just the last video I made for Throne and Liberty. Maybe it wasn't the very last video, but in a previous video, which I will link in the description of this video, is one that I made about the loot distribution rules that the developers gave to us about Throne and Liberty. And it was basically, to sum it up, the too long didn't read DLDR, is unless you are already high level, it's going to be very difficult for you to gain armor and weapons for end game. The way that it worked was the people that already do the most DPS get the most benefit. Healers get some benefits for putting out healing and DPS, and then there was like nothing for tank. So if tanks didn't put out massive amounts of DPS, they didn't really get good gear. And this was a problem for just the simple fact that people who are already highest level gear in that game, because it released in Korea first, it's been out there for a while, and then it just came over to the American side of the house recently. So the biggest problem is simply just that unless you already have end level gear, you're going to struggle to get the gear that you need to be successful. So my friend was telling me about this game, Guild Wars 2. Shout out to Ignibus. But I was like, I don't know, I've heard about it. I decided, you know what, let's just give it a try. So I started with the free to play. So you can play for a while completely free, and only up until you get to an expansion do you actually have to buy anything, unless you want to buy cosmetic. So it's free. You can get to higher levels, maybe not end game level, like level 80, which I think is the max right now in this game. But you can get to your higher levels without having to spend a dime. And that really intrigued me. But I started playing for free, and then I actually liked it so much that within the first little bit, I decided, you know what, I'm going to buy all the expansions because they were on Christmas sale. So if you got Steam, go check out the Guild Wars 2. They're on sale right now.
Make those louts pay for ruining your party. I've got my good sword, sensible shoes, and my fighting coiffure. What else do I need?
You're as ready as you'll ever be. Glad to have you with me, but do me a favor.
So I've already played all of this on a different character. I deleted that character and started over because I didn't like the class. So there are 5 races, and there are 9 classes that you can pick from. So I've picked Revenant just because I like the way the class plays. I have some other characters of, other classes that I want to try. Like, originally I had an engineer, and I got rid of it for this. I still have an engineer, but it's a char. But anyways, you get to be like this giant cat creature, which is pretty cool. Or you get to be like a giant Norse called Norn. You could be a human. You could be like this little gremlin-looking thing. I forget what they call them. Or you could be a plant creature, just similar to like how you would imagine an elf. That's, I guess, this game's version of an elf. And then, of course, you could be a human. And then the Norn are pretty much like the humans, but they're just giant. I can show you that character. Yeah, this guy's no help. You're no help, Lord Farron. Anyways, so it's not as loose. I don't know. That's not the right term. Not loose, but it's not as. This game is not as versatile, I guess, as Throne and Liberty, where you could just put on different weapons and that becomes your class. This, and then, you know, you get abilities based off of that. So it's not as flexible, but it's still really flexible. You get options of different weapons. So right now I'm using a Warhammer, but I can switch. I got a sword in one hand and an axe in another. And the only limit, and it changes your abilities. I don't know if you can see that. But as I get different weapons on, it actually changes the abilities that I can sling out. And then every class has its own unique abilities. So there's only a few things, like there's certain weapons that are labeled like this that you have to do like elite specialization or some kind of weapon master training, which to my understanding these were previously unavailable to people of like the class I'm in, for example, wouldn't have had access to a shield. Maybe only warriors had access to the shields, but I have access now. And the other thing is the Throne and Liberty graphics are a little bit better. Graphics here aren't as good, but it's not terrible for a, you know, game that's been around since 2012. Got that real nice classic MMO feel. It's all open world. So you could literally go anywhere, just like you could in Throne and Liberty. And I've already fought a world boss. Just got somehow pulled into the public event, and we fought a giant world boss. I mean, this thing was 10 stories, 50 stories tall. It was massive. But yeah. I can switch my weapons, I can switch my abilities by switching weapons, and then, like I said, the graphics aren't like the best in the world, but they're not terrible for the kind of game it is. The gameplay is what really sells this game. It's very fun to play. So, in comparison to, you know, Throne and Liberty, the graphics there are better. But the gameplay here is better. And I have, you know, a promise to have more content that I have access to always. I'm not going to be limited because I'm not going to spend money on a store. So that's another problem with the Throne and Liberty, right? When you're trying to get to endgame, it's free to play. But if you pay for weapons and armor on the auction house, which you use real money to buy that stuff. I think I was looking at one of the weapons that was, you know, just best in slot meta for endgame. And it was like, you would have to spend 5,000 American US dollars in order to buy it from the store. And some people are doing that. I mean, somebody was selling it for that much money, and I just could not believe it. So you would have to go in and buy the currency equal to that, and then you would have to, you know, spend that money, buy that currency for the in-game, and then go to the store and hope it's still there and buy it. It baffled me, and that was just one weapon. you have to do that potentially with another weapon and your armor pieces and all the other things that make up your build. And just that alone really turned me off. Now, if Throne and Liberty developers would change the way loot distribution works to where it's not the guild or the person who does the absolute most DPS, I'd probably, go try it again. But as of right now, there's really no point for somebody like me to play, because the thing that really drew me to that game was the free to play. I would even rather have a subscription service where I have a chance of getting end gear, and I would pay every month for that. Or, even just like a special boon where you have a higher chance of getting end game gear. But it's just, to me, ridiculous. So, anyways, that's enough about Throne and Liberty. As of right now, I'm just here playing Guild Wars 2, and I'm going through the story. As you can tell, I'm only level 21, so this is as far as I've gotten on my other character, was just around this point. And we're just gonna get these cutscenes. Like I said, I've already played it, but now we get to select a reward. Let's see. Pair that to my sword here and my axe. Toughness or condition. Well, that's pretty close to what I already have. This one's my weaker one, so I'll go for the axe. And then you get to equip that in your offhand. I'll just put that down here. Oh, we got a new rebreather. So that's another thing too that makes this game unique, is you have underwater combat, which I think is pretty cool. I don't need that. Okay. And look at that. I got a mace for my main hand, so I could replace my sword. And look at the way weapons change, the abilities here. So some of them stay the same, but if I go back to equipping the sword in my main hand, see how that changes the abilities? And see, some of them here, like this one, stay the same, probably because that belongs to the offhand with the axe. That's what's cool. Like, the only weapons you're not allowed to use are the ones that say right there, weapon type unusable by your profession. Otherwise, you can learn it eventually, most likely. Like this, I can learn that eventually if I want to. I don't really want to. It's a shield. I don't want to be a tank. I'm all DPS. But it's a cool thing. And they also gave me a free mount. 2 free mount. When I bought the expansions, I got this cool looking raptor. Hey, look at that thing. Beastly looking. Then a slightly less cool looking bunny. But it does a cool ability. Comes up really high. Yay! But I don't really like the bunny. It makes weird noises. So, alright. But yeah, this game is already well developed. It's well thought out. It's been around for a while. So I'll probably just be playing this game more often. Streaming it for a while. And like I said, I really tried to stay into Throne and Liberty. I really do enjoy the combat style of that game. I enjoy the aspects that it does have. I just don't enjoy that it feels like there's no way I can get to end game without spending a bunch of real money or getting just super lucky, which the odds of me getting super lucky compared to somebody who's doing more DPS than me are very low. So Anyways. This game has a ton of different outfits. Let me show you right. See, a ton of outfits you can pick from. They're like $10 each in the store. You can buy dyes. I can come in here and I can dye my armors different colors if I want to. If I don't like the black and gold, which I do like the black and gold, so I'm probably gonna leave it. It's already ebony, but
we had a deal, you thick-headed sap.
that's another cool thing is like, so that's a Norn. Look at that guy. Look at how big he is. I have a character that big. Two, I think. There's a Char, which is like a giant cat beast, and then the Norn, which are like this guy. They're like Vikings. Humans, and then, like I said, the little gremlin-looking things, and then the plant-like creatures. So you'll see me playing different characters, different times, going through their stories.
You there. You look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I need to get to the garrison, and my oafish guards just turned coward. What do you cost?
Cost? I'm not a mercenary. I'm here to ask for
No,
help
don't say that. I want the money.
craftsmanship of a piece of handmade paper.
If
I
you
want
found
the
quality
money.
paper in Divinity's reach, I can assure you, I made it. Reams of paper are like snowflakes. I know my pages as well as most people know their children.
Can you tell me who bought a particular piece of paper? I'm investigating the map.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, so
Got to get away from these unclean masses.
sorry to others who maybe watch this later and are like, oh, the title says why I switched from Throne and Liberty to Guild Wars 2. Well, I know. It's really not that complex. It really came down to the fact that
Time to do some real damage.
it just sorry, I'm fighting. It's hard to fight and talk at the same time. Really came down to the fact of the loot distribution. Like in this game, I've already leveled up quick. The grind doesn't feel like super intense. Yeah, I have some bonuses, but I don't have to, you know, by bonuses I mean like level boosts that I got with buying the expansions. I've only boosted one character, my Norn, but I really just want to go through the storylines.
Protect me.
Time to switch. Get some more AoE going here. Look at that. Slaying it. I know, but it's level 10, right? So I should be slaying it. That drains your ability over time. But if I have a two-handed hammer, or sorry, it's a war hammer, but it's like a mace, then it actually launches, which I think is cool. It does a ranged attack. It launches a warhammer out.
Live on.
Whereas these don't. What abilities show up if I have a sword in my offhand?
Time to do some real damage.
Interesting.
The centaurs have erected catapults. Secure the gates.
Secure the gates.
Can't make me stay out here. The centaurs will eat me.
Time to go destroy the catapults. Only thing I don't like about Warhammer is sometimes it's not as fast as the enemies are. I do like how it feels though. It's really fun to play this style. But I can switch to one-handed mace. Road to perdition. Look at that. Look at that AoE. Where do you think you're going, pal? Oh, you despawned. You got lucky.
Very well. I held up my end of the bargain. You're safe. Now, tell me who bought this paper.
Tell me.
Safe. Barely.
I'm not safe.
I feel like
Where's
I was
my
run over
money?
by a herd of marauding Dolyaks. That paper was made of pulp from the Severin
Seriously,
tree.
bro. Where's my
It's
money?
one of a kind. I sold it to Minister Zaman. He has exceptional taste.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know. You might be called as a witness if Zaman is brought to trial, so don't leave Divinity's reach.
Yeah.
Very quaint.
Stay where you're supposed to
The
be.
ministry sends a formal summons, I'll come. At least they'll use decent parchment on the subpoena.
See if we have any comments. Nope. I don't know if this is working right. Sorry about the overlay. Just kind of testing that out. But if you are enjoying this video, please consider, throwing out a love if you're on Twitch. Or if you're not, consider that's not the right. Oh, consider liking and subscribing. I gotta fix that button. It's not supposed to be this. But I will fix that later. Or I can fix it right now, I guess. What it's supposed to show was this. Consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, liking the video, and leaving a comment. Yeah, so there's that. Just getting some stuff started here. Let's see if I got it fixed. There it is. There we go. Then there's just one more thing I gotta fix. See if the audio plays on it this time. There you go. Yeah. I like it. Oh no, now it's not going out. There it goes. Thank you for bearing with me on some of these technical difficulties. I'm working through some of the kinks. I think I can just exit. some of the other reasons why I think I'm done with Throne and Liberty for a while is because this game is already so established. And I hate to say it this way, but it's true that new games always have a harder time getting a leg up. So this game's already so well established. It's got such a wide player base. Throne and Liberty, as I was playing, seemed to be dropping off a bit. And it was starting to, I don't know, to me it just seemed like it was starting to lose momentum between my own friends as well as, you know, just other people in the, at least the American side of the house. It just seemed like the numbers were getting lower. I even looked in the Steam numbers and, excuse me, they got lower over time, which is kind of normal. I mean, as soon as you have a new game, it's going to be really hyped at the beginning, and then it's going to start to, you know, lose some of its momentum. And people are going to be like, oh, I like it, or oh, I love it, or no, it's not for me. So the people that really love it, they're going to stay around. They're going to help with, you know, fixing some of the things that need to be fixed in that game. The people that like it, like me, are going to come back and visit ever so often. And then you've got the people who are like, it's not really for me. And those people are just going to try it maybe once in a blue moon to see if it's gotten better. To see if their original belief was well-founded or not.
We must all do our part.
Fix me up.
May Balthazar strengthen you.
Let's sell some things. Let's start by selling all of our junk. So
We do what we must.
that's just kind of where I'm at with these games right now. I'm liking the more established game. It's a world of just full of content that I'm able to come into, and I don't feel as if I am, you know, behind per se. I need to get a new hammer soon.
May Balthazar
I got some more
strengthen you.
things to sell. I don't feel like I'm like super far behind just because there's so much to do in this game. Kind of like ESO in that way, which I really love ESO. I just can't pay for that monthly subscription. With this, I did a one-time fee. I have all the expansions, and now the whole world. Look at this. Look at this map. This is just one city. Look at how big this city is. This is the starting area for humans. Look at that. I'm all the way zoomed out and I can't even see the whole map. And Janthir, I think that's the newest expansion that just came out. You've got all of this map that's for me to explore. And that doesn't even include new expansions that they're going to come out with in the future. Like, I don't know, they could very easily do something over here. They've already got something right here, but I mean, like, they could easily do something in these mountains over here. I'm not sure if there's stuff there yet, because I have yet to explore, but there's just so much in this game. So again, if Throne and Liberty changes their loot distribution and makes it easier, you know, for people to play, then I'll probably play it. I know they have to make their money somehow. I'm cool with game developers making their money. I'm not cool when game developers do it in shady ways, or ways that just seem like it benefits them more than the customers that they're trying to serve. Like, oh yeah, we'll give you a free-to-play game, but when you actually go to play, for you to get to the, best of the best, you're gonna have to pay. But we're not gonna tell you that. We're gonna do all of our marketing, all of our advertising. Everything is to say this is a free game. But in reality, when they drop their loot distribution, you're like, oh, I have to go on the auction house to buy it in order to just catch up with everybody. That way I can start doing DPS and getting to a point where I'm going to get the drops. The only other way you could do it is if you have a dedicated group of friends where you could go do, the dungeon activities and that, which it's fun. The mechanics and all that. It's really fun. Don't get me wrong. It's a really fun game. But you have, your group together and they all have on weaker weapons and armor on purpose so that they do less DPS, just enough to where you're doing more. If you have, if you're the lowest man, and then you're going to get the highest chance to get the item, but it's still not guaranteed for you. So I don't know. It was a fun game. It's a fun game. It's got really good mechanics. It's got really good graphics. It's got really good aspects to it. It's not as well developed, I think, as this one. So games like, Elder Scrolls Online or Guild Wars 2 or Star Wars The Old Republic, where they've gone in a better direction, is the customer service. The graphics are on par in some cases. For Guild Wars 2 and SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, SWTOR, they have voice act. I mean, that's a lot of work. A lot of it's voice acted. And they got cutscenes, and SWTOR is really involved. If you like story type content and you want 8 separate stories, well, really 4, because the light side stories are kind of a copy of the dark side stories, and vice versa. They're kind of mirroring each other somewhat, which they did that to get you to the same planets at the right levels. But anyways, if you like story type missions and you just want to play solo for free 100%, go to SWTOR. That game is fantastic. Go try it out. You can get it on Steam. You can just go right to their website and download it. Broadsword Entertainment just took it over from... Who had it? Oh, goodness. BioWare? Yeah, I think BioWare had it before. Broadsword Entertainment just took it over from BioWare. So far, it seems like they're trying to do more. BioWare had kind of given up. They were just giving you a little dungeon. They call them Flashpoint. They were just giving you a flashpoint and a little bit of story. And then for what was it, 2 or 3 years or something, you had Knights of the Eternal Throne, which, don't get me wrong, is a really fun story expansion. But it's all solo. There's really no benefit to play with people, but it's an MMO. Most people playing that game want to play with other people. So there's that. So yeah, I don't know. I've played through this story too in Guild Wars, so I think I'm just going to skip some of this too. On my other character, I played it. So I'll probably just get in the conversation and then just skip to the end, because I've already done it. But do you want a party or the house? Well, last time I did the party, and you went around and mingled and talked to people, and you got some information. But I bet if we go in the house...
Your fellow nobles seem to have a knack for making my life interesting.
Let's see. Alright, this part I haven't done at all. So, it's a new experience. Ooh, we get to pick power, vitality, or precision. Doesn't matter, because what I have is already better. So, I'm going to pick... Alright, let's go sell some stuff.
Did you need assistance?
There is a root upgrade slot. Oh, that's a set bonus. Okay. It's a set bonus. If I had another piece, I'd get plus 10 power. And then plus burning duration, which would be like extra condition damage. But I don't. No. Alright, let's go check out the house. Oop. Oh, that was a mistake. Nope, never mind. Oh, nope, this was a mistake.
Greetings. Another personal victory.
Oh, did I just unlock a chair? I guess not. Oh, I'm stuck.
Do you think the gods still watch over us?
Let that be a warning to you, boys and girls. Where you jump, you may not have anywhere safe to get to.
You take the lead. I got your back.
All right. You better have my back. Yeah.
The enemy's here.
Oh, snap.
Pay for your disrespect.
Stay alert and be swift but thorough. If Zayman is a traitor, we'll find proof of it here.
What are we looking for?
Suspicious papers or letters, anything that links him to the bandit attacks. Keep your eyes open and your senses sharp.
I will.
If you find anything breakable, break it. This dandy needs a few more setbacks in his life. I bet one of Zayman's salad forks is worth more than my annual salary.
Everything's got to be upstairs.
The blueprint's genius. Weren't you paying
These
attention?
are the blueprints
Why
of all the
bother?
homes that have been robbed in your
You
district.
always fill me in.
Looks like Zayman planned the burglaries.
Things make me afraid to turn around.
Hey, look at this fancy cup. Think it makes wine taste better?
awarded it to the
Don't move. With our
It's
luck,
historical,
you'll break
financial,
boss and
and
break us
sentimental.
both.
And it just so happens that
Why are we even watching this place? This is the only house the thieves aren't going to ransack.
You're paid to pretend. Do your job and act like a guardian.
I've got a better idea.
Take the evidence and leave the house.
Stop them!
obstructing justice.
Y'all picked the wrong side. Should have been on the side of right. justice and truth. And oh, here's Minister Zaman. There's that Nord guy.
Zaman's here. Now I can arrest him for his part in this, and he can rot in prison.
Wait. Treating him like a common criminal only creates more problems. Political problems. We have to do this formally, by the book.
You sound like a niece. But you're right. We'll issue a subpoena and warn the gate guards. If he tries to run, we'll bring him in.
What's going on here? What are you doing in my house?
As captain of the Seraph in the service of Her
You
Royal
got
Majesty
caught,
Queen
son.
Jenna, I call you to trial.
Come to trial, boy.
This is outrageous. On what charge?
Treason against the crown and citizens of Divinity's Reach. Pray for Cormier's mercy, Zaman. You're gonna need all the help you can get.
That's right, son. Look at that. A new Warhammer. Oh, yeah. Can't use it. Can't use it. And I got an even better one. Oh, snap. Alright, y'all. Well, played a little bit. I sang a little bit, I think. And if not, here I'm singing for you. So, there's that. And, yeah. Thank you for checking out BattleRisk Gaming. Let's see if I can I wave? Yeah, thanks for checking out BattleRisk Gaming. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to try to get a good schedule going to where maybe like every Monday I'll be live streaming. Just wanted to do a little Christmas special and say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody that might watch this. And kind of explain my reasoning why I switched from Throne and Liberty to this game, Guild Wars 2. And also why I have, just really quickly, I guess why I've been gone. I've been pretty busy doing a bunch of other things for work and whatnot, so it's kind of had me slammed. But hopefully that'll slow down a bit, and I'll be able to just provide you guys more content. And I was also just trying to find what game I was going to play, since Throne and Liberty kind of fell through for me, and Destiny with all of its problems, Destiny 2 has kind of fallen through for me. That was one of my main games. I played a lot of ESO, but it's, you know, that monthly subscription, and I like SWTOR, but it also does better with that monthly subscription. And yeah, I don't know. I just finally found a game I think I can play for a long time. And I was thinking it would have been Throne and Liberty, but it kind of fell through with the way loot distribution worked, and it demotivated me to play that game. So anyways, thanks again for watching BattleRisk Gaming. If you do like my content, please do consider subscribing, liking the video, turning on the notification bells, and coming back sometime. Anyways, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you all next time.